Hola, me llamo Sheridan. Today I'm going to be talking about several things. I'm going to be talking about mi familia, sharing my family tree, and vocabulary words from the lesson. I'm going to be talking about the difference between tu and usted, and then later at the end of the lesson we will talk about how to conjugate ER and IR verbs. All right, let's get started. Madre means mother. Padre means father. Madre y padre, mother and father. Brother, el hermano. Sister, la hermana. La is female, el is male. Next, we have people, la gente. Husband, el esposo. Wife, la esposa. La for female, el for male. El esposo, la esposa. Son, el hijo. Daughter, la hija. Son, el hijo. Daughter, la hija. Female, male form. Next we have aunt, la tía, uncle, el tío. La prima, female cousin. El primo, male cousin. El prima, el primo. Female and male. Last but not least, we have friend. Male form, amigo. Female, amiga. So now that I have taught you a few vocabulary words from the lesson, now I'm going to use those vocabulary words in sentences. Or some of the words. Tengo una hermana. This means I have one sister. Next, se llama Sierra. Her name is Sierra. Mi madre y mi padre son de Louisiana. My mother and my father are from Louisiana. Last but not least, yo vivo en Texas. I live in Texas. Next, I'm going to show you my family tree. Starts with me at the bottom. Then it goes on to mi madre and mi padre on my mom's side. Mi abuela and abuelo. So mi abuela's name is Shirley. Mi abuelo, Lucian. On my father's side, mi padre, mi abuelo, Ronald, mi abuela, Lorena. Next, my mother's and my dad's brothers and sisters. So on my mom's side, we have Tio Lucian, Tio Ero. On my dad's side, Tia Stezo, Tio Ronald, Tia Arita. Next, we have all of my cousins. And this is my sister, la hermana, who belongs to mi madre and mi padre. But my cousins on my mom's side are la prima Ciel, la prima Sydney, who belong to Tio Lucian, la prima Haley, Tio Errol. On my dad's side, tia Stazel, my cousin, la prima Brittany, my dad's brother, Tio Ronald, el primo Morgan, el primo Chase, those are his 2 kids, and tia Aretha, la prima Lauren, el primo Skylar, those are her 2 kids. We are all cousins. Now that I've shown you my family tree, next we will move on to tu and usted. Usted and tu both mean you. One is formal, one is informal. Tu is informal, usted is formal. So if I were talking to a friend, I would use tu. If I were talking to someone of higher authority, or if I were talking to my grandmother, my abuela or my abuelo, I would say usted, or I would use usted. Next, we're going to move on to conjugating our ER and IR verbs. First, we will start with to eat, comer, ER verb. So, I eat, yo como. You eat, tú comes. He, she, it eats. Él, ella, usted come. We eat, nosotros comemos. You all eat, vosotros coméis. They eat, ellos or ellas comen. So now, how to conjugate them is we have the ER form. We take ER off and we add O for two. For yo. Then, for two, we add ES, comes. And we do the same for the rest. See? Comer, he, she, it. Drop the ER and we just have E. For we eat, we have nosotros comemos. You all eat, vosotros coméis. They eat, ellos comen. Next, we move on to our IR verbs. IR verbs are quite similar to ER verbs, except for these two. Ones that are in the boot remain the same. So we have O, S, A, N, the same with ER verbs, O, S, A, N. But we and you all are different. So now, let's conjugate escribir, to write. So, when we want to say I write, we say yo escribo. See? We drop the IR and we add O. We replace it with O. For you write, we say tú escribes. We drop the IR and we replace it with ES. Es. To say she, he, it writes. Ella, él, usted escribe. Drop the IR, add E. For we write, we would say, so this is different than our ER verbs. Because it's outside of the boot, we say I am OS. So, nosotros escribimos. For we write. You all write. Vosotros escribís. We drop the IR and we add IS. Last but not least, They write. Ellos, ellas escriben. We drop that IR and we add EN. That is it for this lesson. I hope you learned something new today. Gracias.